Hello, happy July. Welcome to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I'm your host, Sam Squalia. You're watching this on FATV from the Workers Credit Union Studios. Thanks for joining. And this week we have big events happening on July 30th that we're going to talk about. First, we have the Bay State Brawlers on to talk about their home derby game, exhibition game at Wallace Civic Center, and that'll be Saturday, July 30th. I have them on first. And then, in the second part of the show, we have Derek Craig from Young Coffee Productions, and then we have Ascensio AV8 Valeri of Respected Rejects, talking about the Twin Cities Hip Hop Show that's happening on July 30th at 7 p.m. at the Eastwood Club. All right, so stick around for that. And now in my first half, I have the Bay State Brawlers, four fantastic, tough representatives of the Bay State Brawlers. How about I'll have you go around and you can introduce yourselves, starting with you, cool story, bro.
Hey, yeah, my name is Bro. I've been skating with Bay State for about a year now. Started pre-COVID, but kind of got stuck. So I'm just, thanks for having us.
I'm Shelby Brusin. I've been with Bay State for 5 years now, I think.
I'm Stress. I've been with Bay State since 2019.
And I'm Molly Walnuts, and I've been with Bay State since about 2015. Took a short hiatus to have a kid, and now I'm back. Thank you so much for having us.
I am so glad
We've
to have
missed
you
you.
back on. I know. I've missed the roller derby games. It's so much fun because this happens right here in Fitchburg at the Wallace Civic Center, right at the Gates Arena, which is the concrete. It's a concrete track, so it's a flat track roller derby league, right? That's because, as opposed to, some people think of roller derby as that, like almost like a car racing track that is
so that's
like
bank
inclined,
track, which exists as well. I actually used to skate in both, but around this area we only have the flat track.
Yeah. It's kind of allowed roller derby to have a renaissance, so to speak, because instead of having or needing tens of thousands of dollars and a lot of manpower to put together and maintain a bank track, all you need is a skatable surface, something to measure, some tape or a rope, and the will to skate. That's kind of it. So it's really kind of exploded over the last few years.
And a referee or two.
Yeah.
Very important, supposed to.
and some knowledge of the rules.
Yeah.
It's debatable.
So our game, the first and only game of 2022. Can we put that on so everyone knows right away? That one. Can we just put that up on the main screen, Jared, please? So, Return of Roller Derby. This is happening Saturday, July 30th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. right at the Wallace Civic Center, which is at 1000 John Fitch Highway in Fitchburg. And so this game is going to be like a derby game between the Bay State Brawlers.
Yeah, so as you know, we've been at the Civic Center for a few years. We've typically held at least 3 home games where we've hosted some other leagues to come up and play us. But we're having our one and only home game this year at the Civic Center. And to mix things up and give folks who are newer to the sport, who haven't had a chance to play a game in the last couple of years, we're doing kind of a mashup exhibition game where instead of just one team playing someone from another league, we're mixing all of our skaters onto 2 teams that are going to go head to head, so everybody gets a shot. Yeah.
The Punishers and the Brawlin' Broads.
Yeah, all of us together. Everybody's skating together. Yeah.
And so during the COVID hiatus,
yes,
right? Obviously, everything got crazy and everything got shut down. But now we're rebuilding, and you've had one of your largest skater classes in recent memory?
Why don't you take that one?
Yeah, so we had 30 people sign up in the fall. In the spring.
In the spring.
Still figuring out what time of year it is.
30 people.
30 people.
That's
brand new skaters.
Like a lot of people.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge new skater class. They're actually assessing tonight to see if they move up to contact level, so that's going to be really exciting. So yeah, it's been great having a lot of new people in.
And they're really good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And you don't need any experience to join roller derby, so we don't want to scare you away if you want to come join us. But they by the time we started at Wallace, they were pretty
Oh gosh, so
awesome.
much better than I ever was when I started. But speaking of new skaters, also at our game, we're going to do a demo with some of our new skaters that will be able to explain kind of how the game works before the game actually starts. So they'll get a chance to show some of what they've been learning as well.
Because, well, if people don't know, if you haven't been to a game, you might not know how the roller derby game works. Just like any game, your first time you watch a football, you're like, what is going on here? I have no idea. So they do a great job of explaining the rules of the game, because it's not just to go out in a free-for-all and women fighting each other. Although that is, I guess there is some contact.
Yes.
But all within the rules of the game.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. You want to give a quick synopsis or a quick overview?
I'll give it a shot. So we do kind of joke that it feels more complicated to explain than it actually is. Once you watch it, you've seen us go around a few times around the track. It feels great, which is part of the reason we're doing the exhibition with the new skaters this time, right? Because the visual is really great. So essentially there are 5 skaters from each team on the track all together. Each team has a point scoring skater called a jammer, and they wear a star cover on their helmet so you can easily identify them and tell who they are. And the purpose of the game, once the whistle blows and we all take off, is to get your jammer, your star, past everyone as many times as you can in 2 minutes, while keeping the other team from getting their jammer through. So
past their 5.
Yeah,
They're blockers.
They're blockers.
So
Yeah.
it's one of the few sports that you have to play offense and defense at the same time. Like you look at
You're trying to keep their jammer away,
Yeah.
but you're trying to get your jammer through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So communication's key. You'll hear us yelling at each other on the track if you come on the 30th, and
Especially this one.
But yeah, again, I think hopefully, being able to see it, a little demo beforehand, will help people understand.
Yep.
And we're all be happy to answer questions after.
Yeah.
If
Well,
anybody
even
has
like during the game, we have people walking around that you can ask anyone wearing Bay State merch any question, and they'll be more than happy to help explain it as it's going on, because it can be a little bit confusing.
Yeah, we're friendlier than maybe we look, right? Yeah.
You look pretty friendly to me.
Nah.
So they'll be, so it's at the Wallace Civic Center from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yep.
The cost is $10 to buy it in advance, and you can go right to Bay State, what's the website?
BayStateBrawlers.com.
BayStateBrawlers.com. You can buy it for an advance for $10, or at the door, $12.
Yep.
And kids under 12 are free.
Yeah. We have a family 4-pack as well on the website for $36. You can save a couple bucks there too. Yeah.
And there'll
Food,
be
drinks.
merch.
There will
Yes,
be merch. We
merch,
have
food and
concessions
drinks,
open
yeah.
as well.
There'll be food and drink.
Food and drink. We also have a famous bake sale where the skaters, kind of vie to see whose treats are going to be the best. And there's some games and
I bought
things.
a bunch of snacks.
And the snacks are hard to resist.
Well, good.
There's a bunch of games for the kids too during the halftime. Giveaways.
They roll some sort of ball thing.
Yeah, sometimes we do wheel tosses where they take skates from the wheels. And, but we try to get the crowd involved. And if you bring a chair, you can sit right up against the track. So we encourage
really?
that too.
I can bring my own
Vote for
chair
your-
and get front row seat.
Yep.
Fan favorites too, right? You can vote for your fan favorite, I think.
Your favorite skater.
Yeah.
Oh, your favorite skater?
Yes.
Yeah. Bragging rights. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's one reason you have the cool names.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
And the attitudes and
Yeah.
everything else.
I don't
It's
really
a
know
package.
how
Your
they
persona.
I don't know how they developed, but I think they certainly stay because they give you a chance to adapt an alter ego that maybe you don't have in your real life while you're on the track, right? So I'm a mom at home, kind of more demure personality, but when I get on the track, watch out, right? So I have a stronger, kind of tougher name, so I can be that person when I get out there, right?
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So this sounds like, a great draw for people to want to join, right? And, can you join any time, or is it just a springtime, fall time thing? When can you? If you're like, I would love to join.
So we're constantly doing intakes. Anybody who's interested in joining can email join@baystatebrawlers.com and get in touch with our training team. We try to lump folks in groups because it's one of the best things about Derby is the community that you build while you're there too. So we like people to come up in a group with some peers. So we don't have our next class announced just yet, but as Stress mentioned, the class that's in there right now is assessing for contact. So
Send an email, you'll be put on the
Yes.
list.
Yep.
Send an email, you put on the list, and we'll be having one, within the next few months for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
And as mentioned, you don't need any experience at all. Like I could not skate one bit when I joined, and you'll get all the tools you need and a lot of good friends along the way.
You could practice on how to skate. Really?
You
You
practice
didn't
anything
even
you
roller
need.
skate
We'll teach
before.
you how to fall. We'll teach you how to take a hit.
I can go, with this
Crossover.
counterclockwise.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You're
can go-
ahead of
I
where
can go
a lot of us are.
Say, you're already doing better than I started.
Clockwise is tough for me.
I think the pair of roller skates I put on before joining roller derby was the Fisher Price kind.
Those yellow and blue ones, those were great.
And you have to use roller skates. You can't use roller blades.
Correct.
If you officiate, you can wear rollerblades. You're not in the track in the contact, so they're fine for officials. But when you're on the track, at least by the rule set that our league plays by, quad roller skates are the way to go.
And so this is the roller skates you need. It's got a front stopper thing.
Yeah, they're kind of more like your skates you'd see at the roller rink. A little more souped up, but that style, yeah. And we have a relationship with a skate shop that helps our new skaters get everything that they need when they get started too.
Where is that?
They're in Nashua, New Hampshire. They're called the Bruised Boutique.
The Bruise Boutique.
Yep.
And they're the largest derby skate shop.
Yeah.
On the East Coast,
And
certainly.
you could get you need pads.
Yeah, you need
like knee pads,
elbow
pads,
pads, wrist guards, a mouth guard, and of course,
helmet.
yes.
Because you're roller skating on concrete, and you could be going you're trying to go pretty fast.
And we are jostling.
And you get hit.
And your teammates.
Yeah. We like to play hard, but we play safe. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Cool.
It's
Very
a great
cool.
stress relief too, I will say.
Yeah.
You mentioned your day-to-day life, but yeah, for me it's almost like therapy. And I guess maybe more expensive than therapy actually,
Yeah.
but still fun.
I don't know. Yeah.
Who needs the gym? I mean, that's got to be a big workout, skating around for
Sure, yeah,
few
it's great exercise too, and that's maybe a fair point. Is even if you're not interested in playing roller derby as a sport, skating and joining for either officiating or anything else, there's a job for everybody, and it's a great community, a great workout. And a great way to build some confidence if you're looking for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So folks who are interested, I should mention, in joining, but maybe don't want to roller skate. So Story mentioned we have officials. Some officials are on skates, but then there's a whole crew of officials that keep paperwork and the penalty box.
score, they do the score.
And all of that. Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Hang out with
penalty
me in the
box?
There's a penalty box,
yeah.
and they are not on skates. They're just part of our community, but just as valuable. So the join email is valid if you want to skate or if you just want to come learn the game and hang out with some cool people.
Join at BayStateBrawlers.com. So you're interested in joining as a skater or an official skater.
Or volunteer.
Or volunteer, all the things.
Ooh, what do
Yeah.
volunteers do?
Anything.
Yeah. So
Concessions, merch,
so
yes,
the whole
exactly.
sport is DIY. So everything is run by committee. We have a games committee. We have a promo committee. You're talking to a couple of the members now. We have a training committee that helps write all the practices, and so volunteers can help out on those committees. They can also help out at our games. We're hoping next year to have a full season now that we're back. So we're gonna need a lot of help, putting all that on too. Yeah.
And other derby leagues in Massachusetts, of which there's half a dozen or so. How are they doing after the pandemic? I assume there's like some derby communications.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's at a different place, a different rate, depending on whether they're from a city or a small town. But we're all kind of trying to help get each other back and skating. So some of us have lost practice venues. So
Our Roll on
yeah,
America
so-
Yes, I was gonna
is
say
no
that's-
longer available.
yeah, so we practiced the entirety of our 10 years at Roll on America. So we're now looking for a permanent space to practice. Wallace is our home all summer long. We love it, but then it becomes an ice rink in the winter.
Oh yeah,
Get
yeah.
kicked out.
So yeah, so we're looking for a permanent space. We need about 8,000 square feet of skatable surface, hopefully locally in this area. If anybody knows of anything out there,
Give us a
looking
call.
for leads. The board is, actively looking at real estate, looking at places to lease. and would love to work with a community organization, but we're not the only one. So, there's another league in Boston, they lost their space.
Oh, really?
Worcester lost their space, right? So we're all kind of trying to help each other keep our ears to the ground and find places where we can get creative and keep skating.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because I want to be able to go to the games too, so we need to keep up the practice.
Well, we're really lucky. We've got Wallace right here in our neighborhood, and they have been so fantastic to us, and we love skating there. So there'll definitely be, unless something happens on there, and there'll be another season there next year with at least 3 games. So come watch.
So after this, after our home game at Wallace, you are playing 2 other games in what, Boston area and in
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
And, yeah.
In Boston, right?
New Hampshire and Seekonk.
So New Hampshire is August 6th, and Seekonk is August
20th.
20th. Yes, so those 2 games, while still fairly local, but they'll be coming up. I think those are our games for the season. I think that's it.
Yep. The season kind of ends end August for everybody, September. So that'll be it. But you can find those dates on our website as well, and then it'll take you over to the host league's website to get tickets. But that's going to be a chance to see our travel teams play at a little more competitive level. So folks who might be interested in that come out.
So
for
your
that,
travel team are they different than the home team?
So on 7:30, we're going to have a mashup of all of our eligible scrimmage skaters. So you're going to have skaters who just started skating this year, and you're going to have skaters who've been skating for 7 or more years, all playing together, which is going to be really exciting. The games in New Hampshire and in Seekonk are going to be just our travel team skaters. So they are not just scrimmage eligible, but they've been assessed to be safe enough to travel and play other leagues outside.
These are the ones that are you assess them and they can block. What were you saying before?
Yeah, so once you're assessed the first time, you're eligible for contact. So you start learning how to give and take hits, how to safely stop and skate in a pack with other people. And then once you level up a second time, you're
travel eligible?
travel eligible, right? Or is there one more in there?
There's one more in there,
Oh,
but
gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
So
Then you're
Don't listen to
eligible
me.
to scrimmage. So
Scrimmage.
with our team
Yes.
during practice, then you level up a final time and you're eligible to go play other teams.
See? So it's very structured and organized.
Yeah,
to,
we'll
keep,
never
to make
let
sure
you-
to keep everybody
It's
safe.
about safety, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not rigid. We're not holding people back who want to succeed. It's just about where your skill level's at and making sure that you have a fun experience when you're out on the track and nobody gets hurt. That's really all it's about.
Yeah, and you don't want to be skating around with someone who doesn't even know how to skate, and they trip everybody.
Well, I mean, that's
Is that
what
a
new
thing?
skater
Is
class
that-
is for, right?
Right.
We all fall every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
we have a coach who jokes if you don't fall at least once per practice, you're not trying hard enough, right?
Do you
we
wear
all
like
fall
hip?
down. Some
Are there
people
hip
do.
things?
Some people do.
Because I would think I would fall right on my butt and get a big bruise. Is that common?
Happens.
They call them derby
Shelby
kisses.
bruising.
Well,
is that why?
she
Is
should
it-
be bruising, not me. The
Yeah.
other skater will be.
Yeah, they call them derby kisses. So
Yeah.
but it's again, it's a lot of support though. Nobody's out there trying to hurt each other or anything like that.
No.
And we'll never, we're not going to put anybody in there that's not ready to
Yeah.
skate. And
Yeah.
it's a very while rigid, it's I don't want to say comfortable, but
Fluid.
It's, yes,
Yeah.
it's not
Fluid.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's a better word.
I try.
So there's 2 different leagues, and one is the ramp one, and the
Bank track, yes.
Yeah.
the bank track. And our league is a flat track, which is it's got an acronym
WFTDA, which is Women's Flat Track Derby Association. So yeah, they basically make the rules and hold the rankings and everything for the flat track derby teams throughout the entire world. Bank track is still around, but it's less common. As you mentioned, it's just harder to have a track.
physically there's not enough
It's a lot of.
Yeah.
It's a big thing to have somewhere, So it's harder to find, but still alive and well. It's it's ranked differently than Wichita.
So it is a almost wholly women-dominated sport. I don't know if there's any men that
There
are
are
allowed
men's.
to play, or
Yeah, there are men's leagues.
there are
Fewer.
men's leagues of
Yeah.
the roller derby.
Yeah, and there are also mixed leagues, and there are what do they call them? There's another, like, they don't go by the WFDA rules, but they're like mixed leagues as well. So it's not just for women.
Yeah.
Or women identifying.
The
I should say.
WFTDA just before COVID announced an open division too. So our league doesn't have a team in the open division yet, but open division is open to all genders, anybody who wants to play.
So a division within your league.
So under the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, which is like the international governing body, there's our division, which everyone has been up until now, and then right before COVID, they announced an open division so that leagues that maybe want to play mixed can still play under the WFDA rule set, don't have to play, I forget what you're talking about, there's another rule set that people play, Renegade.
Renegade,
Yeah,
thank you.
so there's
My
another
goodness.
rule set that's a little different than the WFTDA rule set that we play.
Oh.
So they opened up a new one. So in the coming years, there's Derby for everyone, but we're a pretty inclusive league. If somebody wants to be a part of Derby,
You can find a place.
yeah, we can find a
Exactly,
place
yeah.
for you. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So so we have a large skater class. Now, how about the experienced skater class? Did you see a drop off after the pandemic, or what kind of the existing teams that you had? What kind of change have you seen?
I mean, there's always change.
There's always
even when there isn't a pandemic. There's always people who, life gets too busy for Derby. It's it was 3 nights a week, or now it's 2 days a week. It's a big time commitment off skates too. Sometimes for people, you can like throw yourself into it. So people retire, new people come on all the time. I think we definitely, I don't know, maybe Stress can speak to the size of the group now a little bit better. I think we lost some veterans who are kind of like, maybe I'll do one more year, and then the pandemic came and they're like, oh, okay, I'm done. But then we had a bunch of skaters who retired before the pandemic all come back this year. So I don't know, I feel like it's kind of
I don't think anybody ever really leaves.
kind of a wash. Yeah, we don't ever really let you leave. Yeah,
You take a break.
yeah, exactly.
Sabbatical.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
That's all. That's all.
So if I'm interested in, so you mentioned there's a 2 to 3 night a week time commitment. What kind of time commitment, if I'm interested in joining, am I looking at it? What kind of equipment investment
Sure.
should you expect?
You want to take the time?
Sure. So our practices are 2 hours twice a week. So we have them on Sundays and Wednesdays right now. We mentioned there's some stuff off skates. We also do promo events like this. We went to Fitchburg Comic-Con this weekend and did some tabling.
Nice.
So there's always events like that. When we have games, those are also usually on Saturdays.
Yeah,
So that's also another day. But yeah, our practices are the big thing.
yeah. And it's all volunteer too, so we try to work with what people like to do and what they have time for, as opposed to like, there's no forced job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of skates, we have a small library of loaner gear. So if somebody, if like financially getting in, like finding skates is a barrier for you, don't let that be a barrier. Definitely email us anyway, because we have some gear we can try to give you until you're sure you want to do it, right? So you don't dish everything out before you get it. But yeah, there's a range, right?
Depends on like what kind of gear you get. Like my first pair of skates was just a basic starter pair. Once I decided I was gonna throw myself into Derby,
I'm getting the
you
nice
mentioned,
That's really
then
true,
I
yeah.
upgraded,
Yeah.
right? So you don't have to, you don't have to go all out and get the nicest gear. It's more about making sure that you're safe,
Yeah.
but also that you're enjoying yourself. And again, if money is a barrier, most leagues do have some sort of loaner or help program that we can get you in and get you rolling, literally.
Get you rolling.
Thank you.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so we can follow the Bay State Brawlers. First of all, can we put the flyer back on the big screen? Yeah, so we remind everyone about the big home game. This is your chance to go see roller derby this year here in Fitchburg. Saturday, July 30th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Wallace Civic Center right in Fitchburg, 1000 John Fitch Highway. And there'll be food and drinks and snacks and baked goods and merchandise, and you can bring the kids, and it costs $10 if you buy it in advance, and it's $12 if you walk in at the door. Kids under 12 are free, and they have little area for the kids. They all play together, and They have a good time. So you definitely want to go do that. But other than that, we can follow you on, you're on everywhere, right? Instagram and Twitter and the website and the
Facebook.
and the Facebook and
Facebooks, yeah.
Yep. And you can get tickets on our website or on our Facebook page.
So yeah, we can go to the Facebook page, find the link.
Yep.
Boom, boom, buy it. Go in, show the phone.
Yeah. Easy peasy. Don't wait
Easy.
in the line. Yeah.
All right, that sounds great. Okay, so we got the event. Is there anything else that we missed? Anything you want to add?
Just thanks for having us.
Yeah.
This has been really, really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I feel like we got you in now. We got you. You understand the game. You've seen a few. I feel
I'm
like
getting better.
When
the
are
next
you
time you come
joining?
on, we're gonna have you on skates, Sam. I think that's coming next. We're gonna put you on skates.
We're gonna have to get you a derby name, and then we'll go from there.
I'll have to think
yeah.
about my cool derby name.
I like that. Yeah.
I like it. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Well,
you.
thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Hope to see you at the Bay State Brawlers roller derby game. So we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be talking about another event that's happening later in the day, Saturday, July 30th, the Twin Cities Hip Hop event at the Eastwood Club. So stick around. We'll be back.
Excellent opening move. We played this
Opening lines for the Bishop and the
many,
Queen.
many times. 10-year-old Alice Lee. Let's see a photo of Alice Lee.
So she plays H3,
Okay.
and we were thinking mainly it's to make Luft, they call
Yeah,
it,
Luft.
German for air.
At the age of 8, he was also able to play blindfold, but most of his exhibitions were where he had sight of the board. And he usually played between 15 and 20 players. Yes, I think taking with the Queen. How did Carissa respond to Bishop C4?
She plays Knight F6, attacking the pawn, Jennifer's pawn.
I remember when.
Fitchburg was the smallest town in the area, but by 1835, it had grown to be the largest town. By 1840 and 50, most Fitchburg residents had become abolitionists. Another early industry in Fitchburg that still continues today is scythe making. Women used to have to spin yarn and weave cloth themselves, but now it was being made in factories, cutting down and exporting its wood to build cities up and down the East Coast, and of course, for making paper. Starting in the 1800s, the population becomes much more diverse. Fitchburg Machine Works expanded widely.
After World War II, Main Street was lively.
And welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. Hello, I'm your host, Sam Squalia, and you're watching this on FATV, just to remind you. So right now, I have Asensio AV8, Valeri, and Derek Craig from Young Coffee Productions talking about the Twin Cities' finest hip-hop event, which is happening Saturday, July 30th, at the Eastwood Club, starting at 7 p.m. Or the doors are open at 7 p.m.
Doors open at 7. The show starts at 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, so this is put on. This is your first show that you're putting on.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Yes, it's the first show that I put on, and with my brand Respected Rejects, which I just actually established in December. So yeah, it's a very big moment for me personally. I'm very excited to actually make it happen, especially with Derek right here, part of Young Coffee, who's obviously he's done a lot of things for the city. So it just, yeah, it's going to be a really good event for everybody.
Sounds good. Yeah. So Young Coffee is hosting the event.
Yes.
Right.
Hosting.
So what is that? So you're putting it on. You're producing it, and you're hosting it.
I'm just hosting.
Yeah. So you're producing it, right? And you're hosting it.
I'm hosting it.
So you like the MC?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's helping with everything, just making sure the event flows fine and everything. I kind of put the logistics together, got all the artists that are going to be in the show together, and like all the behind the scenes stuff.
I'm just trying to make sure the day of the event, everything goes to his plan.
As smoothly as possible.
As smoothly as possible. I'm there to set the vibe.
Yeah. Well, I always see a great, collaborative group of, hip hop artists and producers, and the Young Coffee and the Zenden and the Respected Rejects and the Joe Grizzly, and it's like everybody works really well together. It feels like.
Yeah, there's definitely a really good synergy within the community, and it's great to actually see it happening and manifesting in multiple different ways.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the Twin Cities' finest hip hop. This is a music show with multiple different artists. Where are they all from?
Large majority of them are from right here. I'm just there in Fitchburg area. There's one of them that's from, I believe, Gardner, if I'm not mistaken, but he has worked alongside the community as well, Marcel Stefan. But other than that, almost every one of us is from, let me say, Fitchburg.
Yep. Nice.
So yeah, that's why I got the name in the first place for the Twin Cities.
Twin Cities. Oh, Leominster, Fitchburg.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Jared, could we put the flyer up on the main screen so we can all see? Yeah, here's the event. It's Saturday, July 30th. It starts at 7 p.m. and it's at the Eastwood Club, which is at 389 Townsend Street, right in Fitchburg. It's 18 plus, and it's $15, which you could get right at the door.
Yep, correct.
All right, and so we have AV8. That's you.
Yes, that
right?
is me.
And then we have Joe Grizzly. How about you read the rest?
Yeah, so there's AV8, Joe Grizzly, Big Moley, Marcel Stefan, 105 Pud, Sire Deadeye, and Sean Dollar, which are all going to be the performers. And yeah, it's a very good mix of performers too in terms of this type of style that we do, because we're all very different in types of hip hop that we do, but also the age range. We have everyone that's from people that are like 30 plus to people that are like only like around 20, 21 years old. So it's like, yeah, I really tried to carry the vibe to make it so everyone could feel comfortable here, like a wide group of people,
So you're 18 years old. Yeah, you'll find you'll
probably find some people you're familiar with that are in the area, and find something that just makes you feel comfortable too,
Yeah, and you're in the 30s, your 40s, you're like, I know these guys too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it's like a showcase also, because a lot of the artists on the showcase haven't had the opportunity to perform, just period. And actually, me and Ascensio, we met me putting on my first show. So it's it's funny how the full circle.
Exactly.
So to give these artists the opportunity for them to perform for their friends. You know what I mean? And family members. That's actually the weirdest thing, where you have moms. It's not weird. Mom, hey mom,
yeah,
mom,
weird.
all the moms out there, please
Y'all
come.
welcome.
Please
Y'all
come.
welcome.
Mom should come.
Mom should come for sure. But it's like, oh yeah, my mom's right there. You know what I mean? It's.
My mom's in the crowd.
Shout out mom Dukes. You know what I mean? It's. I don't know. I think that's a good feeling. I think it's a good feeling for the artists. I think it's a good, because for when we travel, right? You can't get your family members, you can't get friends that can always travel, and I don't know. It's a proud moment, you gotta feel.
Feels good to have friends and family supporting you.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Yeah. It also makes you, you can walk outside and just feel like you're on top of the world, because no matter what, when I go home, I got all the support, all the love, and everything that I need. So while I'm outside in the world trying to accomplish all of the big things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you play for the crowd, but you also appreciate having the support of your. Of your team.
Exactly. Having that support being reciprocated for you gives you a good sense of confidence as an artist. So it's definitely just much needed for, again, like I said, especially the artists that haven't really had the opportunity. They need the opportunity for sure to help with the growth.
Especially new artists.
Exactly.
Yeah. And And that's one thing that I really feel, like you said, the synergy and a collaboration between, everyone in the Twin Cities.
Exactly.
I feel
And
like everybody's supporting each other all the time.
And I want to make sure that synergy comes to everybody that's like not necessarily part of the community yet, but I want to bring them within the community, the people that haven't necessarily had the chance to,
Yeah.
It's important.
People will shy away from, they'll shy away because this event doesn't exist or didn't exist, right? So they feel like they can't do it, and that's kind of the stigma that we want to change. Is we're doing this so you can do it. We're supporting you so that way you can go and then support the pay it forward.
Yeah. Like,
pay it forward.
I'd really love to get involved in this. Let me go support these guys. I'll go check it out, and then maybe you get inspired to share some of your own art.
Absolutely.
Or build some of your own art.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so up on the screen, can we put this on the main screen? So this is your newest album, is that right?
Yes, that
and
is
this
correct.
is the album art?
Yes, that is the album artwork. That guy actually painted from this artwork. This artist Calypso, who's actually also from Leominster, Fitchburg area. She tends to work with oil mediums and stuff too. So the original is actually a 20 by 20 on a canvas with oil. Then I digitized it for this. But yeah, she also did like another event a while ago, the World Art Showcase that happened like a few months back in Leominster. But she's a very active person in the community. Again, I always try to make sure there's at least someone in the community involved in my work, even if I'm working with people that are outside the area as well, just to make sure there's that constant connection.
Constant collaboration and synergy and promotion of each other's work. So we have a local artist that did your artwork, based on your vision.
Yeah.
And then
correct.
you Zenden Studios did some of your production.
Yeah, they helped with all like the mixing and making sure it actually sounded good. So yeah, I worked with Zenden the entire time, the whole way through. He was there kind of just listening some of the time, but yeah, I'm often a fly on the wall. Yeah, you are, but I mean, it's good to have your presence around, That's what I'm saying. That's why you're here too for the show.
I also did some rapping on the album too. So if you
on this album?
Yep, absolutely. And my partner Showtime also did some rapping as well. And a couple other artists, Skizzy and Me 978, who are also from Fitchburg as well.
Me 978.
Yep.
Me M-E?
M-E.
M-E 978.
Yep.
Oh, cool. And this is Within the Darkest Hours.
Correct.
By AV8.
Yep.
And where can we listen to it? Where's the best way? Can you download it on the?
iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. It's available everywhere.
It's on the website.
Oh, YouTube Music?
Yeah,
I like
everywhere.
the YouTube music.
Is it on the website?
It is on the website as well. It's also on my website,
Just hit the website.
respectiverejects.com, if you want to get the CDs or if you want to stream it from there as well.
Also, if you want to get tickets to the show on July 30th, respectiverejects.com.
Yes, if you would like to get
Respectedrejects.com is where we can download it. Respected Rejects with a Z, like Young Coffee, the E's are 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about that, but yes, correct.
I get it now.
Yeah.
So, Respected Rejects, Z,
Yep.
not an S, at the end. And we can find out all your show information.
Yeah, all my music information, all the show information is all on that website.
And so Joe Grizzly has some great artwork, and he's playing at the show.
Correct.
Is Joe Grizzly one person or is it a group?
It's 2 people.
It's three. It's three
Yeah,
people.
3.
It's 3 people.
Well, it's 4 people if you include DJ Young Coffee. That's me.
Uh-huh.
But it is it's 3 main people, and they like to say like, if you're on the stage that night, you are also part of Joe Grizzly. So.
Oh, nice. So Joe Grizzly will be there, and they have these 3 albums. Can we put this on the main screen so you can see? So this is Joe Grizzly, also from Fitchburg, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. And they'll be playing. And I think they have the other little bear picture. I love their little logo.
Yeah, they have a really
The little
good
bear,
logo.
which is very much like Grizz Gang.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing a shirt for Grizz Gang right now too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And but Grizz Gang's not playing.
They are
your
not
show.
playing on the show. No.
Yeah, Grizz Gang is much like Young Coffee. It's there too. We're.
They have their own production studio.
Correct.
Grizz
Correct.
Gang.
Whole late, and that's so. This is the great thing, right? Is, not like Young Coffee. We do one thing. Respected Rejects is, I'm not saying it is Cinzio, but is a label. Grizz Gang Forever is a business and a record label, and they put out music, multi-production. There's also Berg Fam Entertainment, which is right down the street. Also
Berg Fam,
which is also a full hip hop label. There are a multitude of groups and artists and people who we all do the same thing. And to your point about us having a synergy, like it's been that way because it's been smaller, or it's been more niche, right? And you can tell because everyone is doing their own thing. Everyone has their own business or their own label or their own branding that they operate under. And with that, we understand that there's power, right? Like there's power that that the E's are threes. Because a lot of people don't understand that, but once that message is across and you at the very least you remember that part, that carries over to a lot of things, a lot of other things we do, whether it be working in the community and working with nonprofits, working with the youth and having them record and learning the different aspects of recording in the studio or filming or whatever that case may be, or it comes to organizing events, or the biggest thing, which is for me, is getting these young artists the opportunity to perform on a stage. I don't know if there are talent shows in the middle school and the high school and things like that, but we have children. Sometimes you don't want your child to go out in the world and embarrass you, right? I'm not saying they're gonna embarrass you, but right, there's always the possibility. So for an artist from the community, I want you to go outside and I want you to succeed. Yeah. And if I have more tools than you have currently, then I want to give you as much as possible. I want to give you the opportunity to work out all the hiccups that you may come across, because who isn't afraid of getting on stage and talking in front of people? Who doesn't have a fear of public speaking?
It's always nerve-wracking the first time.
It's always nerve-wracking.
The fear of public speaking is above the fear of death.
Yeah.
For the general public. People are more afraid of speaking in public than they are of death.
I absolutely believe that. So, for kids who, potentially you see someone on TV, but it's not necessarily offered, or you don't see someone that is doing what you want to do in a practical way. It is what I'm not saying.
You see it on YouTube, but how can I get involved?
How do I get my foot in the and a lot of times, especially in a small community like Fitchburg and Leominster, we have the access to people who have the knowledge, right?
We have multiple people with multiple organizations that have the equipment and the knowledge and the motivation to help you.
Yeah.
This is nothing like personal one-on-one. I mean, to inspire you, or it's amazing what a difference in someone's life you can make.
Absolutely. And that's I think that's the biggest thing. I'm not gonna harp on I'm proud of Cinzio for he knows he's been helping me a lot, a lot in the Young Coffee journey, you know what I'm saying? So it's for him to now, pay it forward, hey, let's get the homies who I know who also are just right. There are artists who are experienced and there are artists who are not as experienced, and that's
then a good mix is what you're looking for.
You know what I mean? That's
like we were talking with the Bay State Brawlers, and they've got a mix of the experienced skaters with the new skaters, their first chance to play a game.
Yeah,
that camaraderie pushes everyone forward one way or another. It really does.
Yeah. And when you're more experienced, you also sometimes you get stuck in ruts. And you get stuck in boxes. Whereas when you work with people that are new and have different ideas, you bounce ideas off each other and you get inspired.
Exactly, that different energy just makes it so your mind is stimulated in a completely different other way.
For sure. And that's also the collaborative effort, and also too for some of the older people who are. If you're listening out there in the world, and you're like, I like my '90s hip hop, or I like my boom bap, or it's too aggressive, or whatever, whatever the case may be, you got to kind of try some of this stuff out, and you also got to hear some, not necessarily stuff on the radio, but especially people from your community, because it's a look into what they're going through. It's a look at if they're going through it and they're talking about it and they live next door to you, then you should, if you're concerned about the music is detrimental, well, you should be concerned about what's going on in your neighborhood.
Because a lot of it is kind of spoken word, poetry, kind of
it's
talking
like
about their lives.
Yeah. A lot of it is, you know, people won't say it's poetry. Some won't consider it that, but you know, for a lot,
Yeah, it's a form of it.
I know.
Music
more,
is a form of poetry,
yeah,
right?
I know. I take away a lot more. I take a lot more from 88 from his music than some of our personal conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's, yeah.
Yeah, that's not an uncommon occurrence either. It can be like that with like a lot of people. A lot of people like to express themselves through the medium of music, so it's definitely important to get them out there in other ways.
You might not say talk about your feelings with each other, but you know, in your music, that's how it's easier to express it that way.
Yeah.
I get that.
And it's a little, it's kind of cooler.
It's kind of.
Yeah. Who wants to sit around and talk about their feelings when you could?
You can just rap about it. You can rap about it. Sing about. You can sing about it.
You're not wrong.
Right? Listen. I've had a guy come in the studio like rap a whole, you know, about a friend passing and like, but this, you know, if you listen to the song, the energy, his cadence, his take on the song, you wouldn't know that he was going through pain. And then he's like, well, if you listen to the words, now I listen to the words, and that's right, and that's kind of the takeaway, right? Is you know, do you hear me or are you listening? You know what I mean? Like, do you hear me or are you just listening? And because I think there's more to take away from. I think there's more to take away from all, you know, any music, anybody. As above, so below. You know what I'm saying? You listen to the elders just the way you should listen to your children when your children do this. Oh, daddy, mommy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing as and you know, an elderly person like, hey, pick me up or walk me across the street.
And I mean, what we're talking about really is just different forms of expression, right? So, you know, we can talk to each other and use our language as, you know, expression, but you can also use your art.
Yep.
And there's so many different ways to express feelings or thoughts or desires or ideas or big concepts or small issues in art.
What would you think, like what would you expect of a hip hop showcase, like of artists in the area?
I'd expect, let's see, what would I expect? Different types of music, I would think, but all generally hip hop. I would think maybe some lights, and I'd expect I can get a drink at the bar, and I expect I should get some food before I come.
Yeah.
That's about right.
That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Yep.
And how long will the show last? The doors are open at 7, and the show starts at 8. And there are what? 7 performances?
Yeah, so it's scheduled to be about 11 o'clock. It could be a little longer, a little less, but around that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah, around.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited too.
I'm very excited. I've never been in the Eastwood Club.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been there for a show.
It's been a while for me, like a long while, probably at least 5 years, maybe 6 years.
And a lot of, for those watching at home, a lot of people are like, where is the Eastwood Club? So I got a picture of the outside.
Yep.
Can we put that up on the screen?
Fitchburg, to be
and
honest.
people are like, oh, that's the Eastwood Club. So this is right on Townsend Street.
Recognize it.
Yeah.
You see? You see?
Yep.
So this is you drive by it on Townsend Street when you drive past Coolidge Park.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right? And it's on the way to, I don't know, Lunenburg, the back way to Hollis Hills.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going on Saturday, July 30th for the event. And can we pull up the flyer again so just so I can remind everyone about the event, which is Saturday, July 30th. It's at the Eastwood Club, 389 Townsend Street. You can put that in your GPS. It's 18 plus. But the bar will be open.
The bar will be open, correct.
And it's $15 to get in, and $15 that supports the show, that supports your local community. And there are 6 different performances.
7 different performances.
7 different performances.
And there's going to be a couple different vendors too.
What kind of vendors?
The artists themselves, as well as I'm working out something with someone else. I can't necessarily reveal that, but we're going to have something.
Oh, so I can buy some swag
yes,
with
yes,
some,
yes.
different.
Be a good variety of stuff like that.
That is a couple things is one, to my surprisement about the Eastwood Club, is that I love the fact that that places that I don't want to say they're underused, but they're not used for this.
Oh yeah. You don't see hip hop shows too often at the Eastwood Club.
At the Eastwood Club, so I think that's great. And two, you should definitely come in and support some of the artists and buy the merch, especially Ascensio, like put in a lot of work. He has. Well, I'll let him tell you about all of the things, but you should definitely come and support the artists. And come to the show. Also, buy tickets. I don't know why I tell people this, but I feel like I'd like to tell people, hey, buy tickets even if you don't want to come. Like if you want to support, you know what I mean? Like because it's not like like what is it?
You don't really think about it.
What does it What does it hurt? Even if you want to support, because everyone, I wish I could come. Buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket.
Still supports.
And it helps us do another one. Or do the next thing.
It shows us that you want to support.
Yeah.
And the community wants this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you have your respected
I didn't
Rejects.
understand that.
So your respected Rejects brand is a production company, but also you have all kinds of cool designed merch, right?
Yes, correct. I do a lot of.
Is that your hat?
Yes, the hat is the respected Rejects hat. It's got the logo mark on it, but then I'm gonna have shirts available with a new design that I haven't revealed publicly, so that's going to be first revealed at the Eastwood Club too. But then, so I have 2 different designs actually. So I got that. Then I also have prints, like I have art prints of like the album art that you saw that was painted. So I got that available, as well as a couple other things in the past and a few other things. I can't reveal everything. There's a lot that's there, to be honest. But art, merch, clothing, like I do a lot of stuff.
Any women's cuts?
I'm getting there right now too. I'm getting there.
I'm partial.
I just started actually working with another artist too, so I'm like starting to do like collab products for other artists too, instead of just like for my brand. I'm really trying to just. That's
you collaborate on merch.
Exactly. Yeah, so curating products for other artists so they can have something out there to. Sell and support to their people too, because not everyone knows exactly the first steps to take for that, or necessarily has the vision for that. And because I've been just doing this for a while now, I don't mind taking that step to go out and help other people as well.
Some people don't care.
Yeah, some people also just don't care, which is something they should care. I always stress to artists that they should have some type of form of a way for other people to support them, even if it's not something large or something too expensive, just something.
How do people not care?
It's. People just there's no one way to success. That's all. That's all. That's the best way to. That's the best way to explain it. There's no clear defined blueprint that is success, right? So
that is true.
And sometimes you don't even recognize success when you reach it.
Yeah, exactly. So for some people it might not matter, right? Like it might not be a step that you have to take.
Yeah, what works for him might not work for me in other situations, and vice versa. That's something very important to recognize.
Yeah. But some people are and the reason why I say they don't care is because there are some people who are in a position where if they care just a little bit, it could be successful for them.
Put in a little more effort?
Yeah.
Like you really gotta promote on social media. Like I don't know, social media.
I don't really. Oh, you should get like, hey, you're doing a lot of shows. You should have some merch, right? Like, right? Like you should have merch because. Ticket sales could be bad, but people could come and buy your CD. Make your money back, King.
I went to a battle rap show, and and there was a bunch of different rappers, but only one of them had merch. And I gotta say, the one with the I didn't buy the merch, but I saw it and I took pictures and I remember it, and I'm like, this guy's got merch, and
Yeah, it's another thing. I also think
you remember things.
Exactly. I was about to say the exact same thing. It adds on to the experience of just having a show, because you can take pictures and show people and stuff like that. Even if you're not buying the product like that, it's just going to get you out there in some form, one way or another.
I spent 3 years passing out stickers of my face for free, and and people now you
I know that guy.
I know that guy.
Yeah, that's me.
And that's
well worth the effort.
It was well worth it. It was well worth it. It was, you know what I mean? it's a very small investment, and it's well worth the investment. But you know, to some people it might work, to some people it doesn't work. Some people have to, you know, you have to see success to believe success. You have to see something. You have to see a win to believe it's a win. I don't know. Seeing is believing. There you go.
For sure.
It's
Not
nothing
me.
like and it's nothing like collaboration.
Also for the
and
people,
communication.
For the people watching out there, hey, my name is Derek, and if you see me outside, I am blind. A lot of people don't know this, and they try to shake my hand and like high five me or fist pump me or like do things. So I just want to put that out there because I'm not ignoring people and I'm not rude.
Like how blind?
Very blind.
I mean, can you see me?
I can see you.
But like if I'm farther
I
away,
can't see,
you can't
I don't
really
know
tell.
I don't know where your hands are. I don't know where anything is below neck. And then I can kind of see AV over here. Like barely. I know he's there, but now I can.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I'll put a.
Well, that's a good thing to say because
Young
you
Co-
know
Young Coffee
because
will
you
put
don't
out
know you don't.
We'll put out
you
a
don't know.
documentary about it soon.
A documentary about blindness?
Well, about my blindness.
About your
personal
blindness?
experience.
My personal.
Oh, that's
experience.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you don't. I wouldn't know you were blind if I didn't already know.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I might think that you're just snubbing me.
Which-
if I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah, people do
And you're
think
like,
that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll back you up. Yeah, I've seen it happen.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
oh, that's interesting. Like a video documentary.
Yeah, I meant to do it. I meant to do it during Civic Days, like where you know, because people will come up to you like, hey, and I was gonna hire the guys to like be like, candid cameramen, right? So that so that they can see how many people are like, how many people are like, yo, did you see that person say hey to you? You see that person say hey to you? Did you see so and so? And like, no, I did not. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't apologize.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is. Yeah.
But yeah, so I did just want to put it out there because I hope to see you guys on the 30th. So if you see me on the stage shaking hands and I don't shake your hand, just wait a second.
Come up and say, hey,
come up
a little closer.
Yeah, come up a little closer. Also, I'm not taking any requests.
That's good to know.
Yep.
So we have 2 minutes. If there's anything that we didn't cover or that you want to add about the show?
Not really sure but necessarily what we could add on the show, but I mean, I can repeat the fact that, we're going to have a lot of different artists there. There's going to be a bunch of different products from the artists themselves, as well as 1 or 2 other vendors that are going to be there too, that are artists from the show. So you're going to have a variety of product to get. If you're interested, there's going to be tickets at the door, or you can get them on Respected Rejects with a Z, respectedrejects.com. They're available on there as well. And all my product that I currently have is there. But there's going to be stuff that's brand new that's also going to be released there too. So if you want to be the first to see some new product before it gets online as well, then this is the place to be for it. And yeah, definitely hope to see some familiar faces as well as new faces too, because I think it's going to be a really good night.
Yeah, I agree. That's it.
There'll be a lot of our local friends there.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. If you want to see more of us, come on down.
Come on down. All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for hosting this community event and giving us all the opportunity to come see your
I'm glad
work.
to do it. And I know there's definitely going to be more down the line too after this. Like sometime, I'm not sure when, like if it's going to be annually or biannually, but I'm trying to figure it out.
All right. Well, let me know, and I would love to help share the word to our FATV community.
I do want to mention there is another battle rap. If you're not coming here, you should go to the British American Center. Shout out hip hop in Fitchburg. Let's go! Right.
Yeah, Saturday, July 30th is also another battle rap show. It's $25, and I think it starts at like 8 p.m. at the British American Club in Fitchburg.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I had so much fun at the other one. It was really good.
Sorry.
Oh, it's an awesome experience actually.
I'm supporting all the hip hop.
Yeah, as we should.
So thank you for watching at home. This is Discussing Fitchburg Now, and we will see you next week with a whole nother show. All right, so have a good one.